Welcome to Bhakti Girl Podcast, Episode 6, the exciting story of printing the Bhagavad-Gita. When Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada came to the West in 1965, he brought a completed manuscript of his translation of the Bhagavad-Gita into English. It was over 1,000 pages. But that year, the manuscript was stolen from him. In 1966, his typewriter, recorder, and several books were stolen from him, thus temporarily preventing him from working on a new Bhagavad Gita manuscript. By 1967, he completed his new manuscript of over 1,000 pages. He asked Allen Ginsberg to take it to the publishers. All the publishers rejected the manuscript because they thought it had no commercial value. So Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada gave the manuscript to one of his disciples who had experience in the publishing world. But all the publishers he submitted it to also rejected it for the same reason: no commercial value. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada then gave the manuscript to another of his disciples, but this disciple had no experience in publishing, so he enrolled in a course on how to publish a book. But at that same time, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada had released an album of songs called Happenings, and devotees were selling it by placing ads in the local newspapers. One day, an order came in the mail for the purchase of one album. The return address was for Macmillan Publishing Office. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada instructed his disciple to go the next day to Macmillan's office and hand-deliver the album. He told the disciple to say that he was a disciple of a guru from India who had translated the Bhagavad-Gita. The disciple asked if he could say more, and Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada said, "No, just say what I told you." The disciple then asked if he could take some pages of the manuscript and show Macmillan's. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada said, "No, just tell them what I told you." So the next day, the disciple dressed in a suit and went to the office of Macmillan. But he was soon disappointed to discover that the order was not from the office of Macmillan Publishers, but from a clerk in the mail department. The disciple gave the clerk the album, and as he was talking to him, a young Macmillan executive came into the room to collect his mail. Politely, the clerk introduced the two men, and the disciple took the opportunity to say, "I am the disciple of a guru from India, and he has translated the Bhagavad-Gita." The executive replied, "What? We have just published a line of spiritual books, and we were looking for a Bhagavad-Gita in English to complete the set. Bring the manuscript in tomorrow, and we will publish it, sight unseen." Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada himself brought the manuscript to the office of the young executive. In 1968, Macmillan published the Bhagavad-Gita, but it was not the full manuscript. They would not include the Sanskrit or the transliteration. The preface in the abridged version is marked as 16th of August 1968, Janmashtami Day of Lord Krishna. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada was not happy with the abridged book, but after good sales, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada was able to get Macmillan's to print the unabridged version of Bhagavad-Gita as it is in 1972. This book is now translated into over 55 languages around the world. Namaste.